Don't come to the club and start talking about what we've done in the past. Talk about what you haven't done anything.
He's won a trophy this season.
I said this season. You ain't got a trophy.
This is like...
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to another episode of Podcast Pundits. I am your host today, Dan Estrada. And as usual, I'm joined with the boys, Marley Mal.
What do you do? Happy to be here again. These start to become a lot easier when your team ain't completely embarrassing you. You know what I mean? The team's playing all right. So I'm happy to be here, guys.
Cool. Welcome. On that note, let me go to Joe Nomadic, whose team might not.
Yo, it's your boy, Joe Nomadic, a.k.a. Didn't let Della finish off his introduction, a.k.a. Happy to be here, a.k.a. still Liverpool #1 fan, a.k.a. not top of the league, not even second in the league. I think we might be 8th. Someone confirmed away. But a.k.a. still the current champions. Don't ever forget that. Stripes.
Next up, Stripes.
Yo, you saying, man? It's your boy Strives. You can call me Striver. Obviously, I'm top of the league. I don't know why that guy's even using that phrase, but he's got no right in from 8th place. And after that disgusting performance, which I'm pretty certain we're going to talk about. But yep, I'm representing Arsenal. And obviously with international duty, so you know when that's happening, I represent for Nigeria. And I also represent for England. And I'm just excited to chop it up with the boys.
Cool. No Drayman today, so it's just the 4 of us. But before we get into it, do some housekeeping. You can find us on all major platforms. That's Apple, Spotify. You can watch us on YouTube if you're not already doing so. And you can interact with us on the socials. That's Insta, TikTok, and X. Just type in Podcast Pundits and we shall be there. So let's get into it. So I think it's only fitting that we start off with the game that was last played this weekend, which was Man City 3, Liverpool 0. So Joe Nomadic, I think a couple of weeks ago you gave your predictions as to what to expect. I think you probably said, what do you say, lose to Villa? Yeah,
no, I said beat Villa, potentially lose to Real Madrid, and I said draw this game.
Okay, cool. So after the back of beating Villa, beating Real Madrid, how did you feel going into this game?
Yeah, I was somewhat confident, to be completely honest, man, because again, we haven't really struggled against teams that openly play against us. It's been teams that do the low block and, as Slot has said, long balls over the top and restrict us. Sorry, that essentially just score goals past us quite openly, not necessarily restrict us from getting opportunities, man. So yeah, I did expect a decent performance. A decent enough performance, not necessarily for us to win the game, but just a good performance in it.
Yeah,
boy, was I disappointed.
Before we get into that again, what was your thoughts on the lineup? Any surprises?
Yeah, again, man. Like obviously, like Florian Wirtz, he started midweek, and it was good to see him play well. But yeah, I guess maybe it's like the Premier League intensity. That's the problem in it. But yeah, no, it was good to see him play well against Real Madrid. But I wasn't expecting to see him start on the left in this game. Mm-hmm. I think this was a perfect game for Gakpo to start. So I was very surprised by seeing Vert starting on the left. Bit disappointed, to be honest, man.
And in terms of your approach to the game, do you feel like you guys had a slightly different approach to what you normally do? Do you feel like you're a bit more defensive, or you just didn't see any difference in how you approach the game?
No, I did. We were way more compact, and I think that's probably what they've been working in on one of the ways to maybe like restrict us from conceding opportunities in the game. So whenever Man City were on the ball, we really did that turtle shell. Where the width was restricted straight away. We just squeezed in all fullbacks and centre backs were within the confines of the 18 yards. The middle 18 yards, and McAllister and Szoboszlai dropped deep very quickly to assist Gravenberch in terms of adding a protection in front of the back four. So yeah, that's something that we've not really been doing Yeah, I'm a bit conflicted in that because obviously I understand that you want to get everybody back behind the ball to basically get to a low block before and not really work off the mid block. I think he that was one of his assessments after the Real Madrid game. He came out and said that they want to utilize the low block in transitions a lot more, and they tried to do that against Man City. And I think we're not equipped to do that, especially against a team like Man City. So I think us getting back quickly allowed Man City to push up and pin us back for a majority of the game. And yeah, I think it worked against us in the end.
But was that approach different to how you approached the Villa game and the Liverpool game? I mean, and the Real Madrid game?
Yeah, definitely. Oh, no. The Real Madrid game, that's how we approached it. The Villa game, that's not how we approached it.
Okay.
So I think, again, when he did that versus Real Madrid, he was kind of like being a bit respectful in terms of, obviously, they're at the Champions League masters, and he anticipated quite an attacking game. But one thing about Real Madrid is that they're able to attack in transition and on counters quite well, but they don't really sustain too much pressure. It's not like Barcelona or Man City or even Arsenal or even Liverpool. They don't really sustain that much pressure, so they're happy to let you have the ball for a majority of the game. But the low mid block isn't necessarily that much. It's not really that necessary against Real Madrid, in my opinion. But yeah, it worked. So he just continued it into this game.
Yeah. So getting to the game now. So I think it was a fairly end-to-end start. You'd say so from the very beginning. And then Doku, who obviously we'll talk about a bit later, he went on to get he got fouled. But in the lead up to being fouled, obviously he went past Konabadi. Yeah, Konabadi done well to handle him, but then Konate came and just had a madness. So before I come to you, Joey, Marley Marl strives. What's your take on that? Do you think that was that rightfully given as a penalty?
Yeah, man, it was a penalty, man. So I look distracted, and I've not been focusing on you lot's faces, namely Joey Nomadic's. I've been trying to look for I didn't like the way he glossed over that question you asked Della when you was like the predictions. I wanted to see what he actually put down. I'm certainly put it in the group, but where he's been blacklisted.
No, predictions about this last.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
He said it on the podcast.
He said it on a podcast, and he put it in a group when nobody asked him. But
I can tell you what it is.
No, he put it in between you and B man.
It's in the Belmont. No, it's in the Belmont group, and I put it in the.
Oh, that's where
I put it in my Liverpool group.
But yeah, it was a penalty, man. It was a penalty, man. He got the.
Oh, you're gonna pull something up, man.
I've been looking for it. That's what I'm saying.
I'll send it to you, bro.
I couldn't find it, bro.
Like, when man's in Inspector Gadget, bro. I'll send it to you, bro.
We're on a pod, bro. Why don't you answer the question, innit? He was like, "Oh, I'm not too sure what it was," but bro.
Why are you talking? I answered it. What are you talking about, bro?
So what was it then?
What was what?
What was your predictions? You thought he was going to beat
for the Man City game?
Yeah, for the Man City game. What was your predictions? Because I know what you said to me.
I said draw. I said draw. What are you talking about, bro?
We were together.
Did I not say draw when you asked me, bro?
We were together on the weekend. You sounded. You said that. Yeah, you don't struggle against Haaland. You had a couple of things to say in it. So I just
yeah.
Take
off your do-rag and show us the truth, bro.
I would, yeah. That lie.
I'm just playing, man.
Yeah, it was a penalty.
No, but yeah, strives, 100%. Like I said, that game, like I said, against a team that is going to attack us. That's what we should be. That's what we played well against this. Well, not well. That's what we've performed better against this season. So my expectation was for us to perform well. Was what I said to Della. But I did think we would. This is a draw because it's away at Man City, man, and we've not been playing great this season. So I can't expect us to beat them like we beat them last season. But yeah,
I'm looking on flash scores, like and I don't know because I didn't watch the game because I was obviously doing errands and stuff on Sunday. I didn't watch it all. But so the lowest rated players on the pitch were McAllister, Van Dijk, and Mamadou Shashuli. That's how you say his name. Is that synonymous?
Hey.
Mama Dashvili.
We're going for a story. So mine. So I said it was a penalty. Do you think it was a penalty?
Oh, sorry. So I beg your pardon. I do think it was a penalty. By the letter of the law, it was a penalty. But it's obviously soft, innit? But I think
It's crazy though.
most teams will get that.
didn't get penalized last season, innit? Like when he literally freaking
2 seasons ago.
Was it 2 seasons ago? Yeah, when he
yeah,
high
that was
kicked when he high kicked McAllister.
That was 2 years ago.
Yeah, no,
Let's stay on track.
but we're on it though. We're on the topic. Like it was a penalty, and I think both of them were penalties, obviously. But it's the inconsistency we talk about. It's the inconsistency we talk about. But yeah, it was.
Can we talk about referees or no?
Yeah, no. So I'm just saying it was a penalty, but like obviously Konate didn't leave Mamardashvili in a great position. What was crazy is though, I didn't think it was a pen initially because Mamardashvili's foot is nowhere near Doku, innit? And then when you see it the third time, you see that his knee connects with him as well, innit? But I can't remember who said it. Maybe it was Roy Keane or somebody, but Doku could have stayed on his feet. That contact didn't. Hang on. That contact didn't stop him from running. Doku chose to go down, and rightfully so. And rightfully so, he chose to go down. That's what I expect from everybody to go down.
No. He looked like if he didn't get clipped, he would have been slightly off balance anyway. So that clip actually
maybe
is level. I think that was it.
Nah, if he didn't get clips, he was putting that way.
Yeah,
no, but that's not what's on dispute. I'm saying if he even though he got clipped, I think he still could have continued and put it in the back of the net.
No, that guy was moving rapid and like that. If you see it, it's like he clipped it was the goalkeeper's knee that literally clipped him off, and he went off balance, and he was literally about to shoot. Then he's not he's standing there.
I don't know, man.
If you watch it again,
I don't know because he took a step.
I remember
because he's gone past the goalkeeper. Then why he dive? All they have to do is just shoot the ball,
bro. Because it's a penalty, bro. Because it's a penalty, though.
No, but he had more of a chance of scoring. He's now gone past the goalkeeper.
Della, how many times have you seen? Remember Diogo Jota that when you was cussing him when the keeper touched him?
Yeah, Jota was different.
I was just about to bring that up.
Wait,
I knew I was going to bring that up as well because I didn't even know.
My point.
Behavior.
Yeah, but I'm an advocate for Doku's behavior as well, innit? Like, if you feel contact, you should go down. But what I'm saying, you said why would he dive? Sorry, Della, you said why would he dive? I'm saying we've seen Jota didn't have to dive in it, but
Jota's he wasn't central to go. He was more or less like running on I think it was on the left.
He still could have scored though, bro.
I don't know, but Doku's when he was gone past the goalkeeper, and even had 2 options. He could have passed it into the goalkeeper, gone past the goalkeeper. Or give it to Haaland. It was an open goal. Yeah. I don't think it was a foul. He clipped him. I don't think he was a thing of he dived. It clipped him.
No. So I don't think he's diving because he's not really trying to sell anything. My point is, he could have stayed on his feet because he took another step. I don't have to, bro. I don't have to, bro. My point is that he took another step and then he went down. You don't take another step if you've been knocked off of your. Do you know what I mean?
No, but there's no point of us having this discourse if I'm saying to you, watch it, you're saying no, because obviously I'm telling you this.
No, I'm saying by you telling me to watch it again means you're saying that I haven't watched it well, bro. That's what I'm saying. I'm not watching it again. I've watched it bare times. What's watching it again gonna do?
Okay, if you see it clearly, then you'll see it. Then you'll clearly see that he didn't dive.
Okay, so then I must have seen it with my eyes closed the last 5 times. I
do think he sold it towards the end, but it was
100%.
He got blatantly clipped though. Like
100%.
I think you're both are kind of right.
Yeah. Sorry, Stripes. What were you saying?
No, we spoke about it. I was just gonna say, when Jota could have stayed on his feet, you were. I don't feel like that was the first thing you came up with. You were kind of celebrating the fact that like he guaranteed a goal by going down for a penalty or whatever it was that you said. So I just wondered why you felt like bringing up that Doku could have stayed on his feet. I just want you to maintain and keep the same energy.
Oh no, it's a first thing I led with is that it's 100% a penalty. So you got to stay in with the same speed of the convo. First thing I said is that it's 100% a penalty. So anything I say after that, anything
like that referee that was stuttering when he was doing the VAR decision, bro.
I don't want to hear these referees' voices anymore, bro. I'm sorry. But anything I say after that means it's a penalty.
And on that subject of saying like you go to guarantee, because it's not a guaranteed goal. It's because Haaland we don't want to miss. If you have a chance, you will take it. There's no guarantee the penalty will be a goal. Well, anyway, when Haaland took the penalty, he misses. They went in the other end, and then when you locks in. Konate tried to clear it, and then at first glance it looks like it was a good header, but obviously it just deflects off Haaland and went in. But I say if you look,
But,
you
but
look.
Konate was getting ripped in my group. People were ripping him. I think
What, more than
potentially he could
VVD?
have headed it out. Huh?
More than VVD.
No, I'm talking about this specific. What's going on there, bro, man? Can we like stay with the conversation, bro? Like, anyway, like in this
'cause you
specific
didn't
instance,
say why he
Konate
was getting
potentially he
ripped.
could have
That's why I
headed it
asked.
out into touch or in for a goal kick. But I think he did the right thing. Like that's what you advise defenders to do is to like if it's coming in towards you, you flick it out for a throw on first. If that's not possible, then you go out for a goal kick. He's just unfortunate, or Haaland's very lucky that it hit him in the perfect part of his shoulder for it to lob into the far post.
Yeah. And then Harden scored, and then VVD, I'm just going to go for the main talking points. And VVD had the issue of his goal being disallowed. Again, before I come to the Liverpool correspondents, United fan, Arsenal fan, Podcast Pundits, what do you guys think of that decision?
I thought it was correct. As well.
Do you think so? Stripes?
Yeah.
I think you can make an argument for either way. I do think it was correct as well, but I don't think it was. I don't think it was as black and white as. I don't think it's an easy call to make. Basically, yeah.
I think it was correct on the premises. Like I think if you're offside and you have any influence over the ability to stop a goal and the goal goes in, I think it should be offside, bro.
I mean, the keeper clearly saw it because he dived, and it didn't look like he dived with the anticipation of Andy Robertson about to get ahead to it. So it looked like he dived with the anticipation of the shot that he'd already seen. But why I say that I think it was the correct decision, because Andy Robertson, one, he was offside, and two, you could argue he was in the line of vision. I think if it's plausible,
He wasn't.
then
No, he definitely weren't in the line of vision.
No, he was in the line of vision.
No, he definitely wasn't in the line of vision. But
for me, I think the moment it's arguable, I think you give it, because you shouldn't be there. He's offside. And
but that's what VAR's for, isn't it? VAR can like literally put a line from Donnarumma's face to Virgil van Dijk, and if you plot that line, then you can see that he's not in the line of vision. But I actually agree with you though. But in terms of the line of vision, that can't be used as an excuse.
Vision, I don't know, because your line of vision, like you've got peripheral vision, you got your line of vision, and you rely on all of it to get a full picture of the goal. And if you're an offside, then you're obstructing his line of vision.
The terms in the rule is line of vision rather than peripheral vision. You can't, for example, I could be standing on the other post and I'm still in your peripheral.
What's the scope?
It's line of vision.
Yeah, but
it's line of vision.
He can clearly see the ball, which he was able to do.
Yes, when you see a ball, it's a line. You're not using periphery; it's just straight line in terms of looking at objects.
But isn't the also the one of the letter of the laws is whether he makes any kind of direct movement that could unsettle the keeper, and
exactly, and that's why I agree with you. That's why I agree with you.
Because it's more like I'm saying it's offside based on the.
It's offside. It's 100% offside.
It's obstruction, because there's a scenario where he can stop the ball by diving into wherever the offside player is, and he wasn't able to do that because that player was there. So
that's not why it's offside. That's not why it's offside. So it's offside because literally, if you have to move out of the way for the ball to go in, and you're in the offside and you're behind the last man, you're offside. So because he ducked, because he had to, if he didn't duck, basically the ball hits him and he's offside.
And he's offside.
So if you, Do you get what I'm saying?
No, I get it, but I'm saying my thing, I think it was a bit harsh because he wasn't obstructing the goalkeeper. To what I said earlier, when Van Dijk headed the ball, the goalkeeper clearly saw the direction of the ball going. Hence why he dived and he was outstretched. And then if you watch it again, the person that probably obstructed him more was his own player, Doku. Yeah. So it was unfortunate.
You know what though? Actually, because now I'm thinking about it, if Robertson is on the other side of the goal, and then this is happening on the side of the goal where it goes in, because like you said, Robertson didn't do anything to impede the goalkeeper or change what the goalkeeper could have done. If Robertson's on the other side of the goal, is it offside? It's not offside because he's not interfering with play. Has Robertson interfered with play in any way? That's the big question.
That's the thing that makes it a slightly plausible, because there's the action that he's made to get out of the way. You don't know. You don't know how the keeper's reacted to that, and there's the conversation of, is it obstruction? Did he block the line of vision? So that's why. Remember, I answered. I said yes, it is, but I didn't want it to be as simple. Yes, it is, because I felt that it could be a no as well. But it's basically, put it this way: if I was on the receiving end, if I was you as a Liverpool fan, I'd be up in arms. Also, if I was a Manchester City fan, I'd be up in arms. So I just think it's
Do you know
half
what,
of 1/6. Is it half of 1/6 a dozen?
Half of 1/6 doesn't it? Yeah. So as a Liverpool
So
fan,
it's
I'm
one of
not up in arms because I think me personally, like you said, Strives, if you're there, you're interfering with the play. Like for I don't know, the keeper could have done anything. The keeper could have come out and fouled you or punched you up. But from when the keeper has to think about what he's going to do because you're there, that's when it's interference of play. I think that's how the referees see it. The only thing that irks me, obviously, is again, we're talking about consistencies. Last season, the same thing happened with Wolves versus Man City. Bernardo Silva was in the line of sight of the goalkeeper. The referee disallowed the goal. VAR comes in and intervenes on behalf of Man City, reviews it, and said that he's not interfering with play, even though he's in the line of the goalkeeper's sight. So, regardless of it being Man City or whoever, the problem here is
dangerously like Strives here, Joey.
All I said. So I'm not, because I don't think this is a Liverpool thing. That's the difference between me and you. This is not me being a victim. BBFD. This is me just saying that, like, the inconsistencies of the referees.
The viewers what BBFD stands for. Get you cancelled, bro. It'll be my pleasure.
Do your Googles.
Cool. Let's move away from that. Let's try and wrap up this section because we've still got quite a few more things to talk about. So in the first half, Liverpool go in 2-0 behind. So then generally speaking, Jules, what did you think of your overall performance? Because let me just say, like, people were giving Man City a lot of credit, and rightfully so. They beat a direct rival 3-0, and of course they are now back into the title race. They were never out of it anyway. This is how the media just paints things. But I don't think they were amazing, because if I ask you guys this question, apart from Doku and Haaland, who else stood out for Man City?
I think Mateus Nunes had a good game.
O'Reilly.
Like that.
O'Reilly.
Well.
Yeah. But then actually it's like,
Wait, hold on, what's the face that O'Reilly know? Or
did O'Reilly have a good game? Did he have a good game, bro? Do you know what I mean? Like every left back that's played against Salah has had a good game there, bro.
So the point I'm trying to make,
bro. Yeah, I was just about to ask.
What I'm trying to make, and what I'm trying to get to is that, and like Liverpool, I don't know why you guys were so bad, because that midfield that Man City had, Gonzalez, Foden, and
Gonzalez is.
I don't rate Gonzalez at all, bro.
No, once again,
he bossed our team, bro. So that just goes to show how bad our team was, bro. Just to underline what you're saying.
And when I said in the group yesterday, I said Szoboszlai was the only one I was running around just pressing. The whole of that midfield just seemed passive, and I don't think Man City can use that midfield against Arsenal. And honestly, I'm so confused why Slot didn't see what's happening and tried to do something. By all the substitutions that he made, options. Okay, you could take off. Who did he have?
Oh well, no, the options that he could have done is literally take off McAllister early, because McAllister was legless in that game.
And bring on Curtis Jones.
Curtis Jones always adds a bit more control to the game. But again, you shouldn't have started Wirtz over Gakpo, in my opinion. So bring on Gakpo. Don't take off Ekitike. Don't take off Ekitike. People were telling me that Ekitike played badly, bro. He didn't play badly. He just didn't get the ball. He didn't get the ball to play with. And when you're in the peripheries or you're in the up front position, if you're not getting possession of the ball or you're not getting supply of the ball, then what are you supposed to do in it? But but your question, were Man City that good? No, they weren't, bro. Like, it was a combination of mistakes. For me, poor defending from Van Dijk and Konate. Conor Bradley was actually decent, in my opinion. Obviously, he was getting roasted, bro. Like, he couldn't stop the roasting, man. But he was the only one that was trying to at least stop the roasting, bro. Like it's like everyone else was scared to even attempt, man.
Yeah, Bradley was a high trade.
I don't know if he was trying through one.
I don't even think that. I don't know why he took off Robertson for Kirkes, bro. Like, what do you think was going to change, bro? I didn't really understand what he thought was going to change. So, yeah, like, it's bad decision making from Arne Slot, in my thingy. So, if you don't want to call him ETH, bro, I'm not going to fight you on that, bro. But
Marty, earlier on you're given the ratings. What are the ratings for Liverpool's lowest rated players? You mentioned 3 of them.
McAllister.
Yeah, McAllister,
goalkeeper.
Van Dijk, and Mohamed Shelley. Yeah, and then Conor Bradley
Okay.
was the highest rated.
And then so Joey, hearing that, and obviously again McAllister, and hearing how your midfield got overrun by a bunch of like small youths, and apart from Gonzalez, how do you feel about your midfield? Like, where can you improve, or what can Slot do? Because obviously he tried something that worked at Villa, it worked at something worked at Real Madrid, and now at your direct rivals, you just didn't turn up to the party. Like, what's his next step? What can he do?
And also, can I add to that question? Do you think Pep played the formation that he expected him to play?
What formation did Pep play?
No, as in that's
the approach.
Yeah, Slot's thing is it's like teams have been playing formations that he expects, and the teams that obviously.
What do you mean that's his thing?
I mean, that's what he's been saying recently, right, in the press. He's been saying.
What did he say in the press?
He said the reason we lost is because the teams have been playing formations that I didn't expect them to play.
That's what he said against Roman. No, because I don't know if it's a serious question or if it's not. Is it a serious question?
Yeah,
you shouldn't.
So who did he say that about? Who did he say that about? Who did he say that about? No, I'm asking Molly who he said that about, because he said that the teams haven't played the formation.
Said about United.
The teams haven't played the formation.
So
Man United played the same formation they've been playing all season.
He said it against Palace, and then when you won against Real Madrid, he was like they played the formation. They played how we expect them to play. So now I'm saying,
okay, are you talking about the formation or are you talking about the style of play? Because
always be surprised about the way someone.
I'm confused.
The approach.
Oh, did Man City? Yeah, well, Man City played the way they always play. So
He said that they had too many players in the middle this time.
He said Man City had too many players.
Really?
Okay, that's obviously he said that. He said Man City packed out the middle.
When did he say that on in the post match conference, or because I didn't see that. I watched the post match.
Don't try to make this serious, brother. Fix your face, bro. You're trying.
Okay, because Della was on to me early, but I just kept on trying to keep it going. Yeah.
Nah, you know what?
Sometimes you gotta act dumb. When people are trolling, you have to act dumb, bro. You gotta play dumb.
All giggles aside, though, yeah, I think there is with Marley's question, it made me think of something. What do you think of the way your squad, your team, Liverpool, approached that game? Look, and it's a little bit loaded. I'll let you know where I'm coming from. Pause, just so you can address it from any angle you decide to. A lot was made of the way Arsenal approaches certain games, and I think
can we have this conversation without reference to Arsenal, though?
I mean,
is that fair?
It doesn't matter.
Why we refer to Burnley then, bro? Why are we referring to Arsenal, bro?
I know where he's going. I only think that he's teed up from earlier. You should have responded.
Go on. Sorry.
But yeah, so obviously
it's not fair
Arsenal. Obviously, yeah, it's not fair. Arsenal have obviously approached the game at Anfield in a particular way, and you know that we come under a little bit of criticism about the way we approach games, etc., etc. So I just wanted to know, obviously we've played you at Anfield and we've approached the game the way we've approached the game. Obviously, your feedback on that game was what it was. Based on that, how do you feel Liverpool approached that game against City? And yeah, just what's your feedback on that, considering things that you've heard said about the way other teams approach the game away from home and the way you yourself have criticized or spoken about the way teams approach the game?
Yeah. So
no,
Joe,
okay,
before you answer that, Joe, before you answer that, I'm going to need you to be quick because we've sort of touched on this like very briefly. I don't know, Saz wasn't paying attention, but just trying to do it so we can wrap this segment off.
Yeah. So so my thing is that I think Liverpool were there for the taking, and I think Arsenal were quite pragmatic in that game. I don't think Man City were there for the taking for us in it. So in terms of the approach, I don't think Arne Slot started with not his best team. Like I think he still thinks that Florian Wirtz is in his best team. So I can't. Even though I didn't like the starting lineup, I can't fault him on his selection of Florian Wirtz in that starting lineup, especially after the Real Madrid game. And I don't think Man City were there for the taking for us because we were rubbish in that game. So it's like I don't know what my critique would be.
I don't still
Okay,
fully
so
what I'm asking. All right, so Della, I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, but what I understood from the way you were phrasing and versing your questions was essentially, I feel like you believe that Manchester City were there for the taking. By the way, you're asking Joey, are you surprised that Liverpool struggled so much against their midfield and etc. etc. And my question to Joey, and obviously with Marley Marr talking about, your formation, or were you surprised with the formation? My question to Joey is, did you not expect Liverpool to go at City more, or were you not surprised at how Liverpool sat back and seemed? Because you said, I felt like they were pretty negative. I thought Liverpool was kind of playing with a low block, and I don't know if it's just me alone in that thinking.
They
And I just
were.
wondered, you as a fan,
no,
what?
I don't know. I don't know if you watched the Real Madrid game. Did you watch the Real Madrid game?
Yeah, not fully, but yeah, I did.
We played the same way as we played against Real Madrid, and I think that's what Slot's mistake was starting the first half in the same way we did. Because I don't know if you noticed, in the second half we played a lot more aggressive and a lot more expansive
against Man City in the second half.
Against Man City in the second half
Well,
was
you had no choice, didn't you? You were losing 2-0. So you have to come out and play.
no, not necessarily. Like
What are you
why
gonna do,
couldn't
sit
we
back
continue? Because
you're losing 2-0.
Well-
Don't you want to win the game? Like, why do you continue to sit back?
no, but we weren't sitting back in the game. We
In the first half,
again,
you
what
were
I
a bit
said,
more defensive.
we didn't sit back. What happened is that we weren't pressing as much, but what we did was, when we lost the ball, we got back into the low block a lot quicker, kind of like how Arsenal play. So the same way, I've been saying that Arsenal are a bit pragmatic and it may affect their ability to attack. That's exactly what we saw in the first half of the Liverpool game. And then after, he changed it up, and then we were doing less of that. So yeah, does that answer your question?
Yeah, it just answers. I just thought, I didn't think. I think Liverpool lacked a little bit of bravery, and I just wondered if you were disappointed.
Yeah. I think that would be fair. That would be fair. Again, my issue isn't even the score. My issue is that the performance was terrible, and that's part and parcel of it being a terrible performance. To be completely honest.
Yeah. So would you say Liverpool lost that game rather than Manchester City won that game?
100%, man. Because like Della said, and you've mentioned, they were there for the taking, but not. I wouldn't say there for the taking in terms of their performance. They were there for the taking before the game was kicked off, before a ball was kicked. Like, we know what City's openings are. We know that Cody Gakpo playing on the left is going to stretch Nunes all day. Pause. Like that. I just don't understand why that wasn't the battle that we were seeing, but we were only seeing Conor Bradley getting violated by Doku. I think that's very selfish from Arne Slot, bro. But yeah,
man. And then obviously, I know Della's going to move off. Yeah, but just a question about your landscape of your charge in your title race, your title challenge, or your season in general. Is Arne Slot running out of credit for you, or not? And I'm not trying to just rage bait you here.
No,
there's
I
a reason why I'm
know.
asking you this.
No, I think you are, because let's put it this way. Would you have said anything negative about Arteta if he won the season, if he won the Premier League? And I think that answers your question. If he won the Premier League, you wouldn't be. You wouldn't have anything negative. You'll never even be talking about Xabi Alonso.
No.
So
I
my point is,
I had a feeling he was going to answer like that.
So you know the answer to your question then. If you had a feeling, you know the answer to your question.
I had a feeling he was going to answer like that, but I want to introduce something. I just want to introduce something here. You see, you finished, I think, 2 points or a point better than you did the season prior. So obviously, Arne Slot took over Klopp's team, and
repeat that one more time.
Arne Slot took over Klopp's team. Yeah, and you finished third in that team. I know you were plagued by injuries, etc., etc. And then last season, you finished just 2 points, I believe, better in terms of a point tally. Now I know that you won the Premier League with that point tally, but in terms of the linear progression, it was like marginal by a couple of points. Now, in the past, in previous episodes, or previous seasons, maybe even, I've said that last season I felt like the Premier League, the quality of it was hampered by a number of things: PG Morel decisions, injury crisis to the top teams, or what have you.
The Premier League or Arsenal's Premier League?
Arsenal and other teams as well. I felt like it was I personally feel, and I might be unfair and unreasonable, but I thought it was an easier league, and I felt like Liverpool did the right thing and capitalized. Now, with that being said, I think if the Premier League was being ran at the usual pace and the usual level of competition, that point tally that you amassed last season where you won the league, you may have probably finished third. with that point tally.
But
maybe
for
fourth.
Shravs, I think
Cool.
you see
And-
this,
and-
this
and-
point tally
and-
you're talking about and linear progression.
Yeah. I'm only saying that to say that if you had finished third or fourth and you're having the season you're having now, you
You're
might
surmising.
be more tired with
You're surmising
Arne
and
Slot than
you're-
you are now. I'm just wondering. So I'm not saying that's why I'm trying to say I wasn't trying to rage.
Shravs,
I was
you're
actually trying to
surmising and
find
you're
out.
making predictions off of bad data. All that
Why is
points
that bad
tallies and linear progression is for the birds, isn't it? When you win the Premier League, nobody cares about that. So all I'm saying
of
to
course,
answer your
hence why
original
he's got- hence why he's
original
got credit
question,
for you.
to answer your
Yeah.
original question, does he have credit? Would Arteta have credit if he won the Premier League? You wouldn't. The only reason why you've spoken of linear progression and points tallies is because you finished second. So all you can do is analyze that pool of data. We don't need to analyze that pool of data because we've got the only thing that matters, which
So
is
if Arne
Premier
Slot
League title.
continues like this, you're gonna remember this conversation because I tried to.
Why would I remember it? I've just told you,
I tried
bro.
to induce
I've
a
told
clever
you,
conversation with you.
bro.
A
If
clever
Arteta won the
conversation.
Champions League, bro,
it was
yeah,
nuanced. It was a nuanced question.
you
It was
change
a
your
nice-
name to Daniel.
It was a beautiful topic, but you just wanted to
wasn't,
see
bro.
the rage.
You're
Let
being
me-
a lame. You're being a lame.
You stick,
Hey,
you stick there with
Let
Arne
me-
Slot.
Let me
Yeah,
summarize
but-
what Strive was trying to say.
reduce his mic.
He's
Which is-
rage
No,
baiting.
I promise you, we
No,
don't need you
you're
to.
done.
We don't need you.
No.
We don't need you. I think
Well,
everybody heard it
well,
loud and clear,
I'm the
bro.
host, so I can move. I don't move. So let me summarize what Strive was saying. It wasn't so much
Oh
about
my
rage
God,
baiting.
bro.
I think what he's saying is the previous points turn tally total was when Liverpool won. It was obviously in the high 80s or whatever. Man City again. So what he's saying is that, and it's something that I probably alluded to like couple of recordings ago, is that the most important thing is you just have to win. It doesn't matter about point tally, just that, but it's you won. But at the same time, you could still see there was cracks which have more or less spiraled into this season in terms of how you performed. You guys could have said you took your foot off the pedal, but I think it's too simplistic to say, because even if us laymen go and play football, we never want to lose. So it doesn't matter that we've now won the league.
No, it's not about wanting to lose. It's not about wanting to lose. It's about
So what is it?
opportunity cost. So Delo, are you saying to me then?
Opportunity
Let's say,
cost.
hang on. Let's say last season, if Arsenal and Man City were at their, you're saying basically if Arsenal and Man City, when it came to March or February, you're saying if them guys had kicked into gear, that Liverpool would have lost the title. That they wouldn't have been. Hang on. Let me finish. Hang on, let me finish. I'm asking you a question. You're saying, are you saying
you've diverted me off what I was saying?
No, I'm just
And
because
I'm
I know what you're
talking
saying. Because remember, Strive said it, and you were surmising what Strive's saying. So I'm asking you a question now. Are you saying that if Arsenal and Man City were on point from February onwards and were doing the race, that Liverpool wouldn't have been able to win the league based off of that? Because you're saying it's nothing to do with taking your foot off the gas, which means you're thinking that they were unable of arresting the spiral.
No, okay. What I was saying is that you guys won the league. That's that. But
No, we're
when
talking
you
about points tally. We're talking about points tally now.
Okay, but if I led them up and I said you guys won the league, but then obviously you got tailed off towards the back end of the season because you guys you took your foot off the gas, and because you took your foot off the gas, that's why you didn't get so much points. But one thing I say is that there were signs there from the back end of the season which have now spiraled into this season, and you guys at that point could say, no, we've won the league, we took our foot off the gas. But no elite team takes their foot off the gas. No team goes off and says
that's never happened before. Are you saying that's never happened before?
I never said what's never happened before.
That a team has won the league by a clear points tally, and then their performances
you don't
drop.
take your foot off the gas.
I'm asking you because you said no team. Remember, you said no team, so I'm asking.
Yes, I said no team. Let me finish. No team takes the foot off the gas intentionally. It's not. You don't say you're.
Who said intentionally?
Exactly. So if you let me land my point, this is what I'm trying to say. So what's happening back end of last season has now spiraled into this season. And what you guys do, you guys couldn't. Let me finish, please. You guys couldn't see it because you didn't want to see it because your perspective was that we took our foot off the gas. But what I'm saying, you didn't. You just started to play. You went off the boil, and naturally it spiraled into this season. So what you're seeing now is just a combination.
No, I get that. I get that.
Now you get that.
I get that because you said that. You said that a few times, in it, Della. But my question is that if another team, is there no evidence of a team taking their foot off the gas, not intentionally, but then coming back the next season and playing well?
There probably could be, but there probably could be. But the point I'm making is that there were signs there. So,
Yeah,
And just because there's signs, no, I know. My point is that just because there's signs there, it doesn't mean that it's going to carry on into the next season.
No, of course,
that's what I'm saying.
Well, you can acknowledge.
Yeah, but just because it's carried on, it doesn't mean it
now
has
you
to
look back
carry
in
on.
hindsight. No, now you look back in hindsight and you say, okay, wrong. When Salah was off the ball,
Yeah, but hindsight's always 2020, bro. It's pointless, bro.
But the thing is, go on, Manny, say what you said.
No, that's what I was going to say. I think it's more of a case. It's probably an obvious reason, like because last season Salah was doing like magical stuff in it, and towards the end of the season he did tail off, and that coincidentally obviously had an impact on Liverpool's overall score.
Marley, how many times has Salah done that in his Liverpool career? He's done it every single season.
Every single season.
So that's what I'm like. Do you know what I mean? He's done it every single season.
But when we said that, you said no. You said he's done what he needed to do. That's what you would say, Joey. You said you don't need to do anything else.
What do you mean?
He's done what he needed to do.
No, but what do you mean by that?
Salah was
when it's tailing off. Yeah, that was the narrative.
Second half of the season, he tailed off. So when we said he's tailed,
are you talking about last season?
He's done what
last season.
Yeah,
but I'm saying my point. But and he's done it every single season.
It wasn't that he was just tailing off.
But he's done that every single season, though. He's done that every single season. So is the difference? Is the only difference here is that he hasn't kicked off the way he normally kicks off? You're saying that there were telltale signs. There's been telltale signs every single season. If that's what you're saying, and then why isn't it happening then? It's only happened now, bro. Do you know what I mean? I don't get
it. Every single season, whatnot. But then you don't. You see, you don't for Salah, and then because I'm also talking about how it's affecting the club Liverpool. So if we're seeing these kind of things, you're telling me that it's alleged that we see this all the time. So there's nothing to be concerned about.
If it's not this time, it's affected. Then it's an injury, campaign. And there's always a reason. We know that Salah packs in his goals at the start of the season.
That's brilliant. Well done, man. That's sick. But outside of that, so now this time it's affecting Liverpool in the sense that now your campaign has started the way your campaign has started. Hence why
it's not this time. This is the third time. This is the third time it's happened, actually, bro. Because again, the last time when we won the Premier League, the season after we finished fifth. The last time we got to the finals of all cup finals and we lost the season by 1 point. We also had
very quickly.
This bad of a start.
Yeah. Let me land the point then.
This bad of a start, Joey. Because that's why I'm asking about whether
does the start matter, or is it about where you finish? My point is that we've had worse starts than that season, where Marley knows the season when they beat us in the FA Cup. My point is that, like,
you know what you're doing, Joey. You're being petulant, so it's difficult to have a conversation when you're in this. You're in total defense mode, and I get why, because obviously you've just been pumped 3-0. But what I'm trying to say is, I'm just trying to ask you, like, if you're like, I wouldn't be asking you this question, if I didn't think that Arne Slot might be like he's got to do something to reclaim that dressing room, to reclaim what Liverpool had, that fear factor that we spoke about a couple of seasons ago. And that's why I asked you, is the credit starting to, I know he's got credit because he won the Prem, but I just asked, is there legs in that conversation that Arne Slot? Some there are people that have said fraud watch, etc. And like I said, I'm not trying to rage bait. I know that these are all hyperbolic comments here, but the truth and the jest behind it all is there something for you to be concerned about, considering that obviously you guys won the Premier League, but you won the Premier League and you've admittedly said that you could afford to tail off, whatnot, meaning the Premier League wasn't as competitive as it is this season and how it has been in previous seasons. Therefore, if it was that same level of competition, you may not have won the Premier League. Who knows? You may have risen to the standard and won the Premier League. But what we're seeing today is you aren't rising to that standard. So is that not making you think, oh, okay, maybe Arne Slot can't rise to that standard? I was just asking. I'm not saying he can't. Okay, Straps, I get that. Yeah, Straps, you can't ask me the question. You have to let me answer it. I get that. And what I've said to you lot on this podcast many times, that's how I know you, man. No, listen, that's calm. After we've had a good season, the tail off is crazy. I've given you 2020 when we won the league, and you lot said it wasn't a competitive league then, and we won by quite a few points. The tail off was crazy the next season. Guess what? Salah packed in goals at the start of that season as well. It happened. The next time it happened was when we got to the final of every competition and we lost by 1 point. The tail off was crazy the next season. So, and then we chased Man City all the way to the end of that league as well. So my point is, to your question, yes, he has credit. Is his credit reducing? Of course it's reducing, because we don't like what we're seeing and he has to do something to arrest it. But does he have credit in the bank was your question.
Hey,
How
hey,
long do you give him?
we're not
Sorry,
going to
sorry,
lock
He's
Dylan,
got
sorry.
the whole season, bro. Bro, this season is a free hit. It's a free hit. I've said it bare times. This season is a free hit.
Thank you. It's fine. You answered
I don't,
Sorry,
I don't, I
Della,
don't
but
mind
just
you
to answer his
taking. I
question,
don't mind you
it's a
taking
free
minutes
hit.
of the Arsenal game, by the way, Della. I just
Let's,
only felt like this
let's-
was. I just only
This
felt like
is the
this was a
highlight.
great-
This is the
Yeah,
headliner, bro.
that's
So I
what I
don't even know
really
why we're
thought.
restricting it, bro. Like,
Right,
let's
that's fine,
try
that's
to
fine.
fine.
But no, but
No,
to answer your question,
it's fine.
yeah, sorry,
Yeah,
Della, just to answer both of you lot's question, he has credit. It's wearing thin. He's got the whole season. It's a free hit.
Cool.
Cool. So let's move on to the top of the league. So before we get into the Arsenal game, after the result happened against Sunderland, in which they drew 2-2, what was your hope for the Liverpool game? A draw, or did you want an outright winner?
Draw, man.
Okay.
Draw from the beginning and draw even more so after that result.
Cool. So then let's speak on the game. Obviously, going to Sunderland, it was never going to be easy considering where they are and how much their home is a fortress. But quickly give me your overview of the game, especially when you saw that Arsenal conceded for the first time in how many minutes or hours?
Yeah, man, gutted, Della, man, gutted, bro. I can't lie to you, man. I don't know. I had a feeling that game was going to be a bit tricky, man. I did have a feeling. I don't know. I can't put my finger on why I had a tricky feeling about it, but I just had a tricky feeling. It might be. I tend not to believe in superstition, so I'd like to believe it wasn't that. And I'd like to think it's me acknowledging that Sunderland have been pretty good. They've been awesome this season. Let's let's call it for what it is, man. They've been very difficult to break down. They've been very physical. They don't look like a newly promoted team. The way that they can I say Granit Xhaka? I think we spoke about it on last week's episode. This guy, the way he's organizing and leading that team, man, is something to behold, man. And the way he gets the midfield and he gets them in shape, in formation, you can see him like orchestrating and leading the pitch. It's something that you could see. So obviously going ahead to Arsenal, and maybe I'm thinking, oh man, like could our omens come back to get us, like Granit Xhaka? It turns out it wasn't Granit Xhaka, it was Dan Ballard. So yeah, man, I thought it was going to be I did think it was going to be a tricky game, and I was wary that we might lose our clean sheet record. In fact, in the Gooners group that I'm in, I don't think you guys aren't in that group, but I'll tell you, my score prediction was an Arsenal 2-1 win. So I felt that we were going to lose our clean sheet record before a ball was kicked.
But on that clean sheet, do you think it's a good thing that record's now been broken, and even the chance of potentially breaking Chelsea's record? Do you not feel like it's probably been overstated to the extent that it probably held too much weight on the team? Yeah,
I thought about that, and how I would answer that, Della, is you see when boxers lose their O. And some people say, yeah, man, that's a good thing, man. Trying to protect that O too much, what have you. I say, no, that's a bunch of crap. I think having something else to protect sometimes gives you that extra fight. So, like maybe when you're like, all right, cool, like I'm dope, I'm a dope boxer, or I'm a dope baller, I'm a great team, or what have you not. So, sometimes, that extra oomph comes from the side missions that you're getting of, I don't want to concede. So you just play that extra. You play that extra harder. So there's two sides to this coin, Della. I agree with you that there is a pressure and it may have been mentally taxing. However, the way it was, I never saw that mentally taxing on Arsenal. I saw that actually galvanizing Arsenal. I saw that actually giving Arsenal an extra oomph. I saw them play with a pride. If you remember the Burnley game in the last couple of seconds, I think I spoke on it last episode, where literally the game's done and we sprinted back to kind of, you know what I mean? So I feel like just having that record, having that extra thing to play for was kind of like our secret weapon. So I'm a little bit fearful actually that now that it's gone, it might be like, all right, well, F it then. We ain't got that to protect anymore. Let's just play football. So I'm just a little bit wary.
You're playing to win. Obviously, naturally Arsenal are going to have a good defensive record, but personally, I feel like it was playing, because even you use that example of Burnley, for instance. So Arsenal were 2-0 up at that point.
Yeah.
So imagine everyone's like Saka sprinting back, Thingy sprinting back. You're winning 2-0. There's that. I think what there was like 5 minutes left. I don't know. Imagine someone pulls a muscle. Everyone's even worse. Everyone's getting injured left, right, and center. So because you've got that clean sheet record in the back of your mind, you're now sprinting for no reason. Not for no reason, but you didn't have to be keeping going that extra 100 miles per hour. Say if someone now pulls a muscle, and they're now out for how many games?
I get you.
So
I heard that.
it happens. But anyway, carry on about the game.
Yeah, and the game itself, it's funny enough, yeah, I don't think Arsenal played like horrific. I don't think they played. Dare I say, I don't think we even played badly. I think Sunderland was just very good, but I do think Arsenal's defense wasn't what we usually know it to be. So I will say our defense was under par. I would say I felt like that rigidness, that solidity that I kind of I was boasting and almost arrogant about in the last episode. I felt like karma came at me really quickly because all of a sudden I'm worried watching that game. Like we were all going to the fireworks display hosted by Marley Mar. Big you up for that. That was dope, by the way, bro. Still eating food from that to this day, still, man. So yeah, that was dope. So I'm watching. I'm literally like thinking to myself, yeah, like honestly, if it was the way how I felt when we was playing Burnley, I would have got there at the time Marley Mar put on his invite. But because I'm like, yo, I can't leave this game. I had to sit. I literally got up. I'm ready to go. I sat back down to watch this game because I'm like, yo, something's gonna happen here. Even when we were 2-1 up, you get what I mean? And that's because I didn't feel. I don't know. There was something about our defense there, like that. I didn't. That wasn't filling me with the confidence that I normally get from previous games. And I don't think that's to say that Arsenal played badly. I just think Sunderland was so good. I think, in fact, when we got the rubber to green and we started taking the game to them, I think it's because they started suffering from tired legs. Like your Granit Xhaka was unable to dictate the play the way he was, because this guy was like unplayable in the first half, bro. It was mad. But as what you get with Arsenal is how fit we are, how physical we are, and they were matching us for large parts of that. But then when we kind of took over the game, I think that's when we started to see what our condition is like. That's when you started to see our quality. We started to see Zubimendi, Saka level it up, because Saka was having a really poor half in the first half, whatnot. But it was difficult because Sunderland were very smart with it. It's like they were doubling up on him, tripling up on him as well. Someone will show him inside left, then there's another showing him right. It's confusing. I can imagine like it's a long day for Saka. Like it could have been, but I was really impressed with his mentality to kind of stand up and be counted and play like a captain. Because when you're not playing good and your team is relying on you, we need to see how you respond to that. And I like to see his response. I think Eze. I think he could have. I wanted more from him. I thought Declan Rice, as much as he was, it's crazy, yeah, because he is everything that's good with Arsenal. But in that game, I have to be critical of Declan Rice in that game, man. I felt like he was. He could have done better for the goal that we conceded against that Dan Ballard scored. Yeah, I thought he could have been better. I think there was a time even I was in big up Messi, who's been on the pod. He made a good point about this as well. But I noticed it as well. There was a time when Mukiele was off the pitch and Declan was in possession of the ball, and he's been allowed to come back onto pitch now, and then he just ran. Yeah, he just ran on and he's kind of dispossessed Declan, and I'm thinking Declan like. Someone could have called man on, but
that's not his fault. That was a referee's fault.
It wasn't his fault.
The attack can't be there that you tell a player to come on for a throw.
Brother, I'm going to get on.
Is that what's the rules? I think is that allowed?
No, the rules are like, okay, if the attacking team have the ball, you can't tell someone to come on and the same side at that moment in time. When the ball goes on the opposite, when you can't impact the game, that's when you come on. Well, in that position,
is that what the rules are though?
I don't know what the rules are.
That's what I'm saying. You have to know the rules though before you say. But I don't disagree with you though. I'm just saying, is that the rules?
You don't disagree. Okay, I don't know the rules. I don't read the rule book. Yeah.
I've
never seen it in my lifetime. Every single time I watch football, the referee will tell a player to come on when the ball's at opposite sides. It doesn't impact the game. In this situation here, you can't tell a player to come on, or obviously I don't know the rule, but I wouldn't imagine you'd be okay to tell a player to come on when the attacking team are in that same position, because that means in that situation a player doesn't know there's someone that's going to be behind me. If they intercepted the ball, if they went to the opposite end and scored, it would have been a big issue. So in that situation, the referee...
No, I agree. I'm just asking because I don't actually know the rules in it, so that would be interesting to see, because that's one of them ones where if this is the first time it's ever happening and it's against Arsenal, that's what you put in your exhibit. I've never seen it happen before either.
I've got a few things to say about that referee. To be
on that 2 seconds, Shrives. Jerry. Okay, do you remember the next game? No, your Liverpool game. There was a time when Conor Bradley fouled Doku, but the referee said the game can continue. Then someone else got the ball, and I think he then fouled that next player.
Who was the next player?
But then
Nico
on
O'Reilly.
it. I think it was Gonzalez.
No, I can't remember.
Anyway, I don't know if I can find a video, but basically he fouled 2 players on 2 incidents. And on internet, never happened to anyone else before. But if anyone recalls the time when Martinelli fouled 2 players in 2 incidents and he got a 2 yellow cards, never happened again. And that would have been a perfect situation for that to have happened.
So
when you say
he did
that,
2 fouls. Was it 2 fouls?
Yeah, he fouled Doku.
No, I'm sorry, I'm confusing it with the Dallo one where Dallo got the 2 yellow cards.
No, this is Martinelli. He fouled 2 players and he got 2 yellow cards. And the game only stopped once. Conor Bradley did exactly the same thing when the game only stopped once. But anyway, I'd have said saying that when you say
I respect that.
Yeah,
I respect that.
Sorry. Yeah, add it to the evidence log, innit?
Yeah, I mean, I've got a few things to add to the evidence log. I don't mind feeding the narrative that Joey's trying to think. I don't mind.
No, because remember what I've added to the Liverpool evidence log. That Tottenham. No, yeah, remember Tottenham.
It's been difficult this whole episode.
I know.
What do you mean?
All of a sudden, this guy was being scoring in
Strives, do you know what I'm saying? Sorry, Haggy, do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, because remember, we were having this conversation about the exhibits, yeah? I said, Strives, go and add it to the exhibits and we'll review it at the end of the season. The one thing I have on the Liverpool one that has never happened to anyone was the Diaz Tottenham offside. That's the one always my go-to. So I'm saying, if you lot have got things that have never happened or things that shouldn't have happened, that's why I asked Della, what's the rules? And 2, if that's against the rules, then add it to your evidence because we can review this at the end to see who PGMO.
I don't even think Della.
Have you ever seen it happen before?
No, just because I've never seen it happen doesn't mean it's not the rules, though.
We're not talking about the rules.
Not whether I've seen it happen before.
I don't read the rules like I read my Bible. Yeah, it's only when things happen. You're like, oh, I've never seen this happen. Then you're like, oh.
Yeah, but then I wouldn't complain unless it's the actual rules because like the Man City and the Robertson offside one.
Let me move on.
Yeah, please, man, please.
This is the rules.
No, you should move on, bro, because it doesn't make sense arguing stuff when you don't know the rules.
Yes, I'm telling nobody knows all the rules, right?
I don't know the rules. That's why I'm not arguing. I don't know the rules. That's why I'm not arguing. What's going on there, bro?
Remember this one, yeah?
Yes, right.
It's very good, man. But yeah, so anyway.
Am I crazy?
It's sinister, bro. It's sinister. I
thought Declan Rice could, and like I said, I think I could be being unreasonable, I could be being unfair. Because you know what I've noticed, yeah, like I'm every time I have an opinion on Arsenal, sometimes I get made to feel guilty about it. And recently, man, I've been locked in with Jake Marley Miles Pa. Big you up, Jake. I don't know if you listen. And after the game, I was like, oh man, we bottled that game. We bottled because we squandered an opportunity.
When you said you even put it in the group chat, we bottled. And again, the opposition fans said bottled. You wouldn't like to use the word. So I need to understand. You need to just use your language correctly, bro.
So Della's part of this crew that doesn't like the way I talk about my club. Big Doug was
true, though, man. I don't like how you talk about your club. I don't like it, bro.
It's true.
You put Martinelli and haven't seen Joe so many times, bro. I don't like you, bro.
Let me tell you what before you continue.
Yeah, go.
So let me just say this. What Strive will do, Strive will put things in the group chat and say, these are our stats, these are all the things that we're doing so well. Then people say, but what have you won? Nothing. Then when Arsenal don't win anything, and he goes, oh, yeah, that's why we're Stats FC. But you are the only one that shares the stats, my guy.
Yes.
I don't share stats. Who else shares stats apart from you? I don't know this shit.
First off, that is not what Strive would do. First off, that is not what Strive would do. I would not call us this one. But so what I do is I talk about the stuff that is brilliant and good about Arsenal, but I think what not often happens, and this is what I was going to go speak about here, is I often get misinterpreted. So when I say we've bottled that doesn't mean I'm saying, oh, we've bottled the league or what have you not. We've bottled that opportunity. So maybe it's the phrase or the phraseology, if I'm allowed to make a word up, that you guys aren't, or those guys weren't liking. I'll say you guys because Della, you've obviously alluded to not liking it as well, but it was literally Manchester City versus Liverpool, yeah. Whatever happens, someone's shedding blood. This time it was Liverpool. Now we were in an opportunity where we can go further ahead of one of our rivals. You know, so if you're winning that game 2-1 and on the 94th minute and there's only 3 minutes left to play, you end up conceding. I'm really going to say that we've bottled that opportunity. What an opportunity squandered, because it genuinely it's an opportunity squandered. We had an opportunity to improve our lead over at least one of those teams, or both of those teams, whether it will be a draw or one of the teams won or one of the teams lost in it. So when we've only extended our lead by 1 point, I now know that at best we're going to extend our lead over one of them by 1 point. Or maybe two of them by 1 point. So we've bottled that.
You're being consistent, though.
Yes,
you're being consistent because when Arsenal took the chance, you praised them for taking that chance and exploiting the opportunity to go out further in the pack. So
100%. So exactly. So, and that's just the way I see things. So I might have used the word bottle, but I'm not saying, oh, we've bottled the league now, but we've bottled that opportunity. Obviously, if there's like 6-7 opportunities that follow this moment, and I end up thinking, wow, we bottled that opportunity, then at the end of the season, if I now say, oh, we bottled the league, I might then compile a list of all the times that we bottled it.
Tally up the bottles.
Yeah, I might tally it up. But this wasn't one of those ones. Like, because I'm like, I don't even blame Arteta for that result, even though I've seen people talk, because some people have spoke.
I just know what does bottled mean, and who are you blaming for
me?
Bottle?
All right. So for me, how I use the word bottle is if you are in a position where you have the momentum, you have the leverage, and the finish line is right ahead of you, and somehow you fail to cross that finish line in that position of advantage. That's, to me, you've bottled it. You get what I'm saying? If I'm winning win
games, they bottled it.
So we have to try and keep the conversation honest. I think a very wise man said to me, he likes to keep his pals honest. So I think we need to use this opportunity to keep the conversation honest, Stella. And this is, we are talking about, because we got to acknowledge context and nuance. You can't just say, anytime we don't win a game. You can't just say anytime we win a game.
Okay, but you just said, your definition is that when you're not able to get over the finishing line. So if you start a game and you're able to finish it, then what is it?
If you listen to what I said, when you've gained a position of advantage and you're just there in the finish line. So let's take this game into consideration. We've fought our way back from 1-0 down. We're now 2-1 up. We're into injury time. We just need to see that game out. We've got the best defense in the league. We've been going on. One moment. We've been going on about how our clean sheet record. Never in a million years did I expect to concede 2 against a newly promoted team called Sunderland. As good as they are, never in a million years. I'll tell you now. I'll keep it a buck with you. I'm not expecting that. So at 2-1, when I've got my shoes on and I'm about to go to a fireworks display, the last thing I'm expecting is to get a notification on my phone saying, "Sit back down and watch TV, bro, because you've conceded again." So to me, we've bottled that opportunity because of what I expect and what I know my team to be. Let's just take into account the context and the nuance. That's how we have, in my opinion, we can have our honest conversation.
Can I ask you another question then? So,
of course you can.
The definition of your bottle is so basically, if you're expected to do something and you don't do it, it's a bottle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I would say I'd say that for you, though.
That's a bit unfair, though.
No, that's what he said.
No, he said more. He said more. He said more than that, though.
I said more, but I know he's trying to be
PC. No, Joey.
Okay.
I asked Strive the question, and he said yes.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to correct his definition because he's confirmed his definition. Yeah. So Strive,
sorry.
Was that your definition?
Sorry, sir.
Do you say yes?
Sorry, sir.
Yeah. You said yes. Okay, cool. So now, if Arsenal now play a team that they expect to win, a team that expects to beat, give me a team.
Sunderland.
What team? Apart from Sunderland. Apart from Sunderland.
We're gonna have to grow up. We're gonna have to grow up on this podcast. We're broadcasting live. Leeds. Burnley or Leeds, yeah, whatever.
Okay. So if they are expected to beat
Manchester United
and they lose to Burnley, they bottled it.
Well, hello. Do you want the truth?
I give you a simple yes. What do you mean?
Yes, of course.
Okay, cool.
That's the definition. No, but Strav, that's not even in line with what you said, though, because you said something specific.
I know I said something specific, but even in the question that he's asking, 100%, bro. If I'm expecting to win a game of football against this team and we don't win it, We bottled that.
Especially
Wait.
being up with like seconds to go. Like, yeah, you bottled, innit?
Wait, sorry, Della. So you think if, for example, last game of the season, you need to win
No,
this
no,
game?
no,
Do you
no,
not-
no, no,
do you-
no,
do you
no, no.
not
I didn't
think
talk about last game of the
do you not
season.
think-
I
do you
just
not
literally
think
asked a
it's
simple
spot-
question.
Do you not
Me?
think it's
Well,
spot on?
I don't think I don't think losing to Leeds is bottling. It's only bottling in specific contexts. So, for example, if you lose to Leeds because let's say you got injuries or whatever, or you get a red card and you lose 1-0 to Leeds, that's not a bottle to me. But for example, if it's a run in towards the end of the season, and with the context that you gave, which is that you know that Liverpool and Man City are going to play tomorrow, and that's an opportunity to go ahead of the pack. If Liverpool lost against Leeds, and then we knew that Arsenal and Man City were playing, I'd think that's slightly a bottle,
bottled it.
especially how
Right.
you drop points. Slightly, yeah.
Right.
I can't
And
disagree with that.
obviously, I've given Sunderland their just dues for being a great team and surprising everybody. And I think they're going to shock a lot of teams in this league. But let's have it right. I expected to beat Sunderland. I mean, I'm not ashamed to admit that.
I understand.
We bottled that game. What are you thinking, Della?
yeah.
Did we bottle that game? Yes or no?
Marley Moore had a question. Go on, Marley.
No, not a question.
Oh.
More so in agreement, because I think obviously the context is saying that you was winning in the late stages of the game, and obviously you conceded a goal to not win. So I think in that context, I would agree.
You can say I'm disappointed. All I'm saying, to use the word bottle is pretty.
It's the
extreme. You know what I'm
verbiage.
saying? You can use a different description to say, yeah, we messed up or we did a second one. We bottled. That's like what a position fans are using to throw at you for 2 or 3 seasons, and then your choice of word is like, yeah. But that's your team, isn't it?
No, but I agree with Delo on that as well. I agree with Delo on that because bottling means kind of like cowardice. Like when there's an opportunity to stand up and fight for yourselves and you didn't have the minerals to do it. So the verbiage or the phraseology, as you said, is a bit harsh. But in terms of looking at it,
and I mean, I prefaced it by saying that a couple Arsenal fans aren't happy with me for using that, and obviously Della's used this opportunity to express his discontent with my selection of words. But I mean, I stand by it, man. I stand by it, man, because and that's not to take anything away from Sunderland or even take too much away from Arsenal other than what I've already said. I don't think our defense was up to scratch, up to par. I think it could have been better. I think as a whole in the first half, we could have. I don't think we were firing the way that we're used to. I think Eze needs to give me a little bit more. I was impressed with how Saka pulled these socks up and pulled us through. I think Trossard was marvellous. David Raya made some brilliant saves, but at the same time, he had some calamitous moments. I hold him culpable for that second goal. Gabriel, I was watching another pod and it was something I was actually thinking. So I was quite like, oh, they've caught this as well. We haven't conceded that many goals, but when we have conceded goals, Gabriel has kind of been front and center of like a lot of them, or a few of them, because there's not been that many of those goals. So I think there's something to be had about Gabriel. Like when things aren't going our way, does he suffer a bit of head loss there? It's just something that I might just watch a little bit. Maybe not.
He engages a lot, and I watch the same podcast. I know what you're talking about. There are times, obviously, the Baltimore game goal, he should have been a bit more aggressive. And then that one there against Brobby, it wasn't his fault. It was Raya. Raya should have came up to punch instead of captain. But one thing that you mentioned about Arsenal's defense, which is a valid point, but I think it just goes to show that it's not just the defense that helps you be solid. It's your whole team. And with Arsenal not having any attacking options, there wasn't any fresh legs to come on in that second half. Obviously, there's options available. Arteta didn't use it, and that just goes to show that obviously Joke's was missed, but all these other things. But if you are not able to sustain the pressure that you had by bringing on attacking players, of course you're going to get that fatigue. And when that fatigue happens, that's when Sunderland, if you know, they brought on three attackers, and everyone was Bobby was one of the attackers and someone else, and naturally the game changes. Maybe people could have questioned, maybe Arteta could have, in terms of attacking options, there wasn't anything else you could have brought on. You couldn't bring on.
You don't have trusted Ethan because Eze wasn't doing much.
Eze wasn't doing much, but then
I know he swapped him for Mascara. But why not like a little bit?
Because I think at that point you're trying to see a game out, and I don't feel like. And if Ethan gets the ball, who's he playing it through to? If you brought on Ethan and maybe like a Jokers or Martinelli, then you can get it. But all Ethan's going to do is potentially retain the ball, and if guys like Declan Rice were getting manhandled, but they're having a physical
he
battle,
was spent. He
it
was tired.
wasn't a game for Ethan to come on to try to say save us, especially when he gets the ball and he looks up and I'm going to give it to Marino. Marino going to give it to me. You needed someone to run behind for him to play the ball too.
Yeah.
But cool. As you
Sorry,
said,
can I ask a quick question? So Strives and Della as well. Like, what do you think the lessons learned from the game in terms of your attack? Because obviously you scored 2 goals from open play without any set pieces in this game, but you've also lost your record and conceded 2 goals as well. So, like, is there any like lessons learned, or do you think there's lessons learned for other teams in like how to play against Arsenal or anything like that?
Funny you should ask that, because remember we spoke about that last week, and I said Sunderland might as well scrap this low block nonsense, just play your game. Because you know what I mean? Because we've shown that we can do it. We can survive against low blocks now. And let's just have a go and see what happens. And they bloody did that, and they caught us. They caught us by surprise. And by the time we got hold of it, I felt like we respected them. They earned our respect. So I think what I learned from that is, I can't say learn. I've always felt that Gyökeres gives us more than what the media give him credit for, and I just think we not having Gyökeres or Martinelli, that kind of profile of forward that can occupy the defenders and give them something to think about. It allowed them to kind of double up on your Sakas, your Trossards, and try and stifle our creativity in times. And it took them to have like pockets of brilliance in the game for us to break them down. Whereas I think with a Gyökeres profile, I think we probably would have won that game a lot easier. That's me personally. So yeah, I don't know about you, Della. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. But when you said you say Sunderland, you said they played their game.
I was just saying they might as well just play their game. Like, what, when I say play their game, as in not necessarily just put 2 banks of 5 and try and stop Arsenal. Like, go for it.
Well, they did practically do that. Obviously, there were times where they did try to play from the back, but majority of the time it was pretty defensive. They only had the XG of like 0.49 and they scored 2 goals, and that just goes to show how they did play. And to your point, the lesson, and if other teams want to take it and say, yeah, we can go at Arsenal, you shouldn't forget that Arsenal had an XG of like 2 point something. They had chances. What's his name? Zubimendi hit the crossbar. Saka had a chance where he flushed it. So if people look at that game and say, right, we can go at Arsenal, that's food for Arsenal, because they can play.
No, I'm asking, do you think
they have the attacking options?
So my question, do you think, are there any lessons learned for that other teams can take away from that game on how to play against Arsenal?
No, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I think the lesson learned is that they'll try to be physical, and that's fine. You can do that, but sometimes you can have like, how often is Declan Rice going to get beaten? How often is Gabriel going to get beaten? So you can try it, but maybe you can say, you know what, Arsenal just had an off game. So if that's a lesson learned that people want to apply it, then
I just want to correct. I just want to correct, just in case anyone misconstrues what I'm saying. I'm not saying that, play your game because you'll be able to get at Arsenal. What I'm saying is, however you play, we're going to beat you. That's basically what I was alluding to. So you're better off playing a game that you're more comfortable with and trying to get at Arsenal. And I commend Sunderland for mixing it up with us, getting physical, playing their game, and they got something out of it. And like you just said, I don't I doubt that's going to happen all the time. So yeah, for me, I think if I'm another team, yes, be pragmatic, defend, set up your low block to try and stifle Arsenal's creativity, but also take a chance, because we've seen when you do that, no team is impenetrable. Yeah,
I mean, that's how teams used to beat Liverpool and Man City most of the times as well, just going at them, man. So yeah.
Cool. Let's move over to United. Once again, very surprisingly, you guys are sitting currently above Liverpool. I know for you guys would have expected that to happen, but you are. So you enter that game 2-2. No, you enter that game, GV. What was you had won 2 wins?
I think we was coming off the back of a draw, wasn't it? I think we drew the last one.
A draw to Forest. A draw to Forest. Yeah. And I think I asked a question, and I was off the podcast a bit, and I asked, of all the times you guys have won these games, or this is before you guys drew with Forest, had you seen, I asked straight the question, you came back, had you seen changes in the way you guys performed? And going into that game against Spurs, like, how did you feel? Did you feel like you're now in a place where you can see that the team understand what Ruben's trying to do, or what?
Yeah, I think it's a combination of things, right? So I think obviously the one game a week that we're having to have to deal with at the minute, I think that is ultimately helping the players have familiarity with how Ruben wants to play, and you can kind of see it on the pitch in our performances. I think the relationships with you just look at like the guys like Mbeumo and Ahmed, like they seem to be sparking up a pretty decent relationship. Casemiro, as legless as he is in midfield, he's not looking as much of a liability now with Bruno, and there isn't much that's really changed in terms of what they're actually doing, being told on the pitch. Obviously, you can still see that the midfield is an issue that needs to be rectified with probably a bit more legs within there. But yeah, I think things are looking a little bit better in the team. You've obviously got Mbeumo who's started pretty well. Cunha needs to do a little bit more for me. I think the performance on the weekend particularly, like he seems to hold on to the ball a little bit too much, like, and doing a little bit too much dribbling. And
But I even did that Wolves though.
He did, but at Wolves, you're notably one of the best players on the pitch in it. Like in playing at Man United, you can kind of feed up the rock a little bit, and I think he needs to get that through his head, because at the minute he's looking like if Mount was in the team ahead of him, you couldn't even say that that's an issue, because Mount's been playing pretty well when he's been fit. He even came on the game on the weekend and played a pretty decent ball to Sesko, who should have scored and not come off injured. But yeah, ultimately, United are looking okay. I'm a hell of a lot more comfortable. I mean, I said all through the summer that I wanted to see a goalkeeper come in. I think as I said it last week and the week before, like I don't expect Lemons to be like a world-class goalkeeper, like but if he's okay, if he's even at the stand that's pretty okay and safe and comfortable within the sticks, I think ultimately the whole team looks a hell of a lot better, and I think that's where we are at the minute. I think we're looking a lot better. We're looking a lot more assured in defense. It's just the weekend was particularly annoying because I felt like the game was there for the taking. I think Tottenham weren't great, and I think we could have probably got another goal. We could have scored another goal before they got that goal from Tell. I think although De Ligt did have that moment where he got spun by Tell, I think he's looked like one of our better players for a while now. He's really aggressive as a defender, and I think in the system that we play, there needs to be a really, really a few aggressive centre backs, and at the minute it looks like Shaw's that guy, De Ligt's that guy. When Euro's playing, Euro's also that guy. Yeah, man, things are looking okay. Hopefully we continue to improve and start sneaking out on the table silently.
Yeah. So when you said that, you mentioned that Tottenham weren't great. What do you think you guys were good?
I thought we was okay. I thought we looked like the fitter team. I think because obviously they had the game in midweek in the Champions League. I think that helped us a little bit because we did look like the fresher guys on the pitch. And what I noticed like last season, we were trying to do the same thing, and we might control like maybe the first 5 or 10 minutes of a game, and then we'll tail off. And that might be a consequence of having to play so many games. And where I'm looking at Man United play now, it looks like, well, obviously we're not like going gong ho for like 90 minutes, like in terms of the press. But it looks like it's more of a sustained press that we're able to do throughout the game, and that is naturally helping us to regain possession higher up the pitch, where we look a little bit more dangerous. So, yeah, man. Yeah, it's looking. As I said at the beginning at top of the pod, it's not looking as stressful watching our games at the minute. It's looking a little bit more positive, which is good.
And in terms of like your players, where's Xerxes? Is he injured or?
I don't know where Xerxes is, man. I'll be honest, but obviously what I saw today is
Played
that
against Forest, and he came on against Forest and the other day.
I think he came against. I've seen him recently, but the only thing I remember seeing him recently is getting beaten in a corner to a header, and us seeing the goal. So not positive. So no, I don't even know where he's been. And I'm also looking at the team sheet from the weekend because I actually only saw the second half because I was doing errands and stuff like that. But I actually saw Maney wasn't on the pitch. He wasn't even in the sub bench, which makes you wonder if he was injured. Not, I don't want to say hopefully he's injured, but I'd rather know there's a reason for him being completely out of the squad, and it's not just selection issues because we see
what other midfielders were on the bench.
See Jack Fletcher, Darren Fletcher's son, Mason Mount, Ugarte. Yeah, and I think that's it. Ugarte, Ugarte as well. He came on and he looked like he was having a hard time. Boy,
I saw that still.
A real hard time. What's his name? Ogabeh? Is that you say his name? Odobert. Yeah, he came on and changed the game for Tottenham.
He looked good.
Yeah, he did look good, and he was giving Ugarte the real runaround. Boy, it was crazy.
Who did Ugarte come on for? Casemiro.
He came. Yeah, it would have been for Casemiro. Yeah. But yeah, man, it's positive. Like, obviously, it'd have been good to get another win, particularly against Spurs. But in the position we was in, 10 down to 10 men with obviously Sesko having to come off the pitch, which really upset me. I can't even lie, bro. Because the manner in which he came off, like he missed that chance. He obviously Van der Ven got back and made that superb challenge, real MJ 5 years ago. Esque, yeah. What? No comment. Cool. He missed that chance.
No, if it was MJ, it would have been a penalty, bro. So
no, don't do that. Don't do that.
Oh shit!
Don't do that. Yeah, he obviously missed that chance, fluffed that chance, and I think the embarrassment. He might have been hurt, but I think the embarrassment hurt him the most, bro. And to see him walk down the tunnel, bro, in the manner in which he done, bro, I was really, really upset, bro, because it's like, bro, like
seeing that though, does that seeing the way like Wirtz gets pinched, the ball robbed from him all the time. Xavi has been getting the ball robbed from him all the time. Strives obviously is asking some questions about Luis Diaz in Bundesliga. Like when do we make this an official thing, bro?
I think it's official, no? Bundesliga tax.
But then Voltemade is coming and he's looking quite neat.
Yeah, but he's done quite now.
Voltemade, because you see when you do these little bets and stuff, you start doing player cam, did it? I've got. I've got
see where you put your money, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Voltemade, he's not in my good books, buddy.
Oh man.
Yeah, but
even Strives, I think Strives put something about Ekatike. What was it? 4 goals in 14.
Yeah,
4 goals in 14.
And I think one goal in the last 9
games. Yeah, he hasn't scored in 9 games.
Oh,
I think he's scored one. I think he's got one.
No, the last goal he scored was against Southampton, no? No, it's Frankfurt. How long did it been?
Frankfurt. No, it's not that. It's not been 9 games. That was like 3.
Then someone's been lying there.
No, but, I think we're talking about Premier League games. One goal in 9.
Yeah. 9 games. Okay.
Yeah.
And the
last goal.
And the thing is with Ekatike, because he's cost like 90 or so mil. He's playing really well and stuff, and he seems to be doing well with the pace of the Prem. But I think that Bundesliga tax can apply to him a little bit just on his deliverables, because if you're spending 90 mil and you're only getting 4 goals in, sorry, that's not fair, because that 4 goals was what, Champions League and Prem, 6 goals with all competitions. Actually, that's all right. Actually,
that's very good, bro.
Case dismissed. Case dismissed. Still,
case dismissed. Yeah, no, there's the taxes. The taxes there. We've always talked about it, but I think I was watching a debate where they were doing foreign leagues versus the Premier League, and then basically one guy, there's 20v1 debates. I don't know if you've seen them on YouTube. Yeah. But basically it was Premier League versus all the other leagues, and the other leagues were calling the Premier League a Farmers League, basically. But Yeah, the Bundesliga is not looking good, man. But I would like to see these Bundesliga guys or German players go into the French league and see how they fare, how they fare there, because the French league is supposed to be way more physical than the Premier League.
But how many
that
from
would be
France
interesting.
why do you look at the other way? How many from France come to the Prem and hit the ground running?
Loads, man.
Quite a few, I'd say.
So it physically is suited to the Prem technically, but then I want to see.
Give me 5 examples then.
What are you talking about? French players or coming
players
from the
French league that have come to the Prem directly?
Does French players count if they've grown up in the French league though? Maybe not coming directly from the French league.
I don't know, because the examples we're giving is players coming directly from the Bundesliga, innit? So do we have any examples?
Or German players as well, innit? So like if you spent time in the Bundesliga,
you just mean leagues, no? Don't you?
That's what you
No. So like let's say for example, if you played in that league, and then you're coming from that league, or like so, let's say for example, Konate is played in French league, but he's played in the he came from the Bundesliga, and I don't think he was beasted in the Premier League because he's come from the Bundesliga. It's more likely that he's got his education in the French league and can handle the physicality. Does that make sense?
So to your point, that's why Ekitike hasn't been struggling, because he came to.
Oh yeah, he is. I guess so. Yeah.
Via Germany.
That would make sense. So
do we have any examples that have come directly from the French league without playing in any other leagues to the Prem? Obviously,
Hazard,
but he done well. Yeah,
Payet, Drogba.
Drogba. Yeah,
with Drogba, everyone's rewriting history. Drogba's first season wasn't good.
Oh yeah,
it wasn't.
He did hit the ground running. Yeah, okay, first.
Oh, is it only hitting the ground running, or is it just being a good?
That's how we're judging these players, isn't it?
Because they're all new in it. Yeah, fair.
What about Saliba?
No, how many times did he go on loan? No, he went alone a few times. Maybe.
Yeah.
He went in on loans back to France, no, didn't he?
Yeah.
So that counts.
Yeah.
Back to Saint Etienne. Oh yeah. That's kind. That's yeah.
Gusto.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's loads. There's loads from the French league who have been successful here. To be fair, man.
And then we can't name about 5 that's been successful from Germany.
No, we probably can.
No, but I'm saying we probably can, but we can name way more from the French league, because that loads of French players come in and play, especially for Arsenal, let alone for other clubs.
How many players come from Germany? Ballack came from Germany, did well.
Ballack did well. Schweinsteiger stank.
Also,
but I don't blame
Haaland,
him for that.
Haaland, you could say Germany, because
Haaland, Germany.
Australia is not as good as the Bundesliga.
Oswald, as Marley said. Oswald came from Real Madrid, though. Yeah.
But Guardiola from Germany. I think it's just the recent one. But you said Guardiola better. You said he was better than Gabriel, so he was definitely.
No, but focus on the conversation, bro.
I thought you were going to say no. I thought you were going to say he wasn't, but that's why.
But you didn't even let me. You didn't even let me.
He was ready to write. He was ready to write off. But anyway, essentially, what this made us do is like there have been players that's come from Germany that's done well.
Yeah,
it's only these recent crop, and it's because it's more in our force. It's more in our.
Bro, it's because of Sancho, man. It's because of Sancho.
Obviously,
in the German league, though. Who though? That's because I mean, you guys normally talk about all the global leagues more than me, so you lot are more versed. I can think of the French more because we
Gondogan.
Yeah,
from
Germany.
So that's what I'm saying. So
Emre Can was decent when he came to Liverpool.
Aubameyang as well.
Aubameyang, yeah.
It's only these recent crop.
Yeah, I think it started from thingy, innit? Timo Werner, bro.
No, they've been doing that for a while. Chelsea loves you to get German guys. What's the guy that's
KDB, I guess, struggled technically.
No.
Just think all the blonde, the short-haired blonde guys that they've signed, brother. Marin, brother. Marco Marin.
There was that guy.
Marco Marin. No, he didn't come from Germany.
Didn't he not? That's Schürrle. That's what I'm thinking. Schürrle.
Yeah, Schürrle was alright. I don't think he was dead when he came in his first season. He was alright, man. So overall, I think Timo Werner was the first. Like after Timo Werner,
and Naby Keita.
Oh no, who came first? I think Timo Werner came before Naby. You know,
there's been way more in the French league. Way more from the French league. That's come from the French league into the Prem and done well. There's been way more.
Man, Naby Keita, bro.
Payet.
I thought Naby Keita was gonna be smashing goals from 60 yards out, bro. I couldn't believe it, bro.
He could end up being like Wirtz, bruv. Or Wirtz could end up being like him. Jesus Christ. I thought you
Oh
should do
man,
this,
God
bruv.
forbid.
Right.
You shouldn't
Cool.
curse
Let's-
people like that, bro.
Let me do the rest of the roundup. So Chelsea 3, Wolves 0, Villa 4, Bournemouth 0. Yeah. Brentford 3, Newcastle 1. Palace 0-0. I put Mateta back in my team and he flops. But
Hey,
That's what I'm saying.
Semenyo
That's what I'm saying.
stank.
With these
but I had
fantasy
two
teams,
players that
bro,
missed 2 penalties, bro. 2
Oh,
players missed penalties.
Semenyo,
oh yeah,
he
Semenyo
stank,
and
bro.
Haaland.
I couldn't believe how bad he was in that game.
Yeah.
Man.
But that just goes to show you, Joey.
I don't think
Sometimes these
Mateta
players,
even got a shot.
well, but none of the trackers done well. Voldemort didn't do well.
Mm.
Yeah.
You got an assist?
No, he didn't even get an assist, bro.
No, he did. I'm just
I
now.
think they-
Got an assist.
No,
Who got
I'm
an
not
assist?
sure. Give it to him.
What Tomato? Yeah, he got an assist. I'm looking at now. 5 points.
Oh, okay, cool. So yeah, you got points. But yeah. Cool. Let's do our back pages. So Marty Marl.
I am gonna go for Chelsea still second. Yeah,
Chelsea.
Oh no, they were second. They were second for a moment. Okay.
And it's some
Oh, were they?
second.
yeah.
Hey,
Man
look,
City
look,
second.
Chelsea might be
Yeah,
third
Man
now.
City
Right?
second.
Yeah, they're third now. Yeah. I'll give it. I'll give it to Sunderland. They're sitting in fourth right now, which is some achievement with 11 games played. So yeah, I'll give it to Sunderland.
Jerry.
Yeah, I'll give it to Pep Guardiola, man. Great way to celebrate your 1000th game. Done a little tribute to him, all the other managers that he's played against, and it was nice and it was a fitting tribute as well. So yeah, well done, Pep.
Did you watch the video?
I need to watch
Yeah,
it.
I watched it still.
So bare random English managers. I know
Pulis, Sam Allardyce.
I know he's watching it thinking, why are these guys there, bro?
But it started with Jurgen Klopp, his biggest adversary, man. So that was nice, man.
Yeah.
Strives.
Jeremy Doku, man. Yeah, man. He got married. He's given his life to Christ, and then he cooked the hell out of Liverpool, man. He did a job and a half, man. And what a finish as well, man. What a finish.
Is that new? His life to Christ. Not new, but is it like?
No, I don't think it's new.
Gone
you know.
heavy?
I think it is new.
He's
Giving his life to
bro.
Christ. Yeah.
Changed his lifestyle, man. It was the blood of Jesus, bro. That cooked to Liverpool, bro. The blood of Jesus.
Listen,
No, I saw his post and it was praising Jesus. And I was like, this feels new, but okay, yeah, good for him, man.
Yeah, cool. I was gonna give mine to Doku. So I'll give mine to Granit Xhaka. Considering how much he was loved by the Arsenal ish, but how much of a no, that's what I said ish. But obviously, based on he's standing at Arsenal, you would have felt like, I don't know, he as you said, he was a man possessed, and you're like, you're a big man, you know, this guy's just trying to win the league, innit? Like second piece, but that just shows his professionalism, innit? Like he just wants to win, and he's a good character. So I personally think he'll go into management and he'll be good at it. So my back pages goes to him. So yeah, listeners, that's the end of it. Thank you for listening. You can find us on all major platforms. When you see us, when you watch us, like, comment, and share. And as usual,
man, get involved in the conversations, man.
Next week, as Strive said, yeah, please get involved in the conversations. And then if you interact with us, we'll interact back. So anyway, over and out, guys. Peace out.